Ooh, are you a wizard? Oh, okay. Do you at least have, like, magic abilities that you can give me? No, okay, God, alright, I'll leave. Shazam, let's go!
It's Patrick Beatty Reviews, the #1 for news. It's Patrick Beatty Reviews, #1 for news, yeah. Tune in, get up. Yeah, what's up?
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
What is up, my gaggle of geeks? Time to talk about Shazam! Which is the new addition to the DC film universe, directed by David F. Sanberg, who's coming from a horror background with his past work on Annabelle Creation and Lights Out. Shazam centers around Billy Batson, a moody, street-smart foster kid living in Philadelphia who is given the chance of a lifetime from an agent wizard to assume his role as champion and take upon all of his wizard powers by saying his name, Shazam. With these newfound abilities and with the help of his friend Freddie Freeman, Billy is having the time of his life like any kid would who would suddenly have all of these powers. But with the mantle now passed down from the wizard, Billy Batson will have to learn to control his inner child and assume the mantle as the world's champion against the deadly 7 sins. Now, save for Wonder Woman and from a box office perspective, and in my opinion, Aquaman, there really hasn't been a resounding critical hit with critics when it comes to DC films, at least not since The Dark Knight Rises. Those who follow the industry know of the never-ending cycle of DC news, whether they're a sinking ship carrying too much baggage from Zack Snyder's universe, or if the new direction taking place with Shazam will set the universe on a better path. And while I can't say for sure what roads lie ahead for the DC universe, Shazam brings new life, heart, and energy to this universe by not only paying tribute to Snyder's universe, but paving a new course in a very bright future that I can't wait to see. The movie had me grinning from ear to ear, with so many tributes from classics like The Goonies, Big. The opening sequence gave me a Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone vibe that I dug so much. And coming from a horror background, director David F. Sanberg was able to create moments of suspense and mysticism that still felt really real and grounded. He also used comedy in the right places to help balance out the film. And that comedy throughout the film is incredibly strong, particularly with Freddie Freeman, who's played by It star Jack Dylan Grazer. He was so incredible with his comedic timing and was still able to have restraint during the serious beats. I think he was the MVP for sure in this film, and the character people will leave the theater loving the most. Also, the acting throughout was great. Zachary Levi was born to play the role of Shazam and worked seamlessly with the younger Billy Batson, who is played by Asher Angel. I never once doubted that they weren't the same character, and they nailed each other's similarities and mannerisms. The foster parents and the children in the film were all lovable and fun characters. The foster kids had a very fun Goonies vibe when all together that I just want to see a lot more of in the next film. The film delivers on almost every aspect of the trailers. It has so much heart, warmth, love inside of it, but where some of the issues lie, I believe, are with the villain. Now, Mark Strong is a great actor. We all know that, and in all of his roles, you know that he's giving his 100% best effort. But with him playing Dr. Sivana, however, Shazam kind of goes for a Marvel-esque decision, where they focus mainly on the hero's story and backstory and fleshing out their character, which sacrifices this villain from being able to be properly fleshed out after the first act. It made him a bit generic and a little bit one-note, and although the comedy is gold, it's a little too abundant in some of the more serious scenes. The scenes had a lot of drama in them, but they were undercut a little too much by some of the jokes where I don't think they landed too well. Also, the third act, while there's a lot of reveals, a lot of fun stuff, it does feel a little bloated towards the end. But these are nitpicks because I absolutely had a blast with Shazam. I'm kidding you not, guys. DC has made their best film since The Dark Knight Rises. I like this more than Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Man of Steel. This is their top guy. And it's insane that that's the case. I know we've not wanted to talk about this, but I'm gonna go into it. Let's talk about the stupid Captain Marvel versus DC thing. It's DC's fault that they lost the trademark to Captain Marvel. Let me tell you why. So the original comics creator for for Captain Marvel originally had the idea, was going for it, DC sued their ass because they seemed way too similar to Superman. Once they sued them and ran them out of business, essentially making it so they stopped publishing Captain Marvel, Marvel Comics came in and created their own Captain Marvel and trademarked the name. That's pretty innocent and it's fair game at that point, right? But then DC decides, wait, we're losing properties, we want to add more properties, let's go and get Captain Marvel back and we'll start using him and we're going to use the name Captain Marvel. Well, that doesn't really work when Marvel has a trademark on it, so that's where they landed. But DC f***ed themselves by suing the company that originally had the character in the first place. It's a tangent on how DC and Warner Brothers f*** up their stuff, but it's whatever. Definitely go and check it out. Stay tuned for the after credit scenes because there is 2 in this one, and tell me what you thought after you've seen the movie. And please be civil. If you don't feel necessarily the same way as someone else, and maybe you didn't like this film, and that is totally fine. It does not justify anybody going and attacking people for not liking a movie. So if any of you guys are doing that, you're a piece of shit and stop doing it. Thank you so much as always for watching, and I will see you at the next review.